Hey Sojourners, welcome again to my backyard gardening. This is your girl Glitzy G's, and here is my potato patch that I'll be working in today. Welcome to all my new subscribers and to all my returning viewers. Welcome. Thank you all again for stopping by and for journeying with me in my backyard garden. Adding some soil to it, and also I'm going to take some slips from it. I have this bag here that I'm going to plant some slips in. Now I'm not going to set the slips in water. I am going to plant them in the soil, but not today. I'm going to cut them today, and what I usually see my father do is to cut the slips, leave them out for a few days before he plants them. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Okay, so I have these slips that are running out here. See these slips. Now this part, now you know that at each node, see right here, at each node you're going to get some roots, right? So if this was to run on the ground, you're going to get roots here, and most likely you're going to get potatoes growing from this stem here. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting this off here below that node. Okay, and for each node you could also get a potato slip, okay, a plant from it. So if I cut it here, this is going to be a plant. If I cut it here, this is going to be a plant. Okay, but I'm going to use this. All I'm going to do is to cut off these two bottom leaves right here. Okay, and this is the part that I'm going to place in the soil. And as I said, I'm not going to be planting it today. I'm going to leave it out for a few days. So I'm just going to leave it right there for maybe about 3 or 4 days. Here's another stem right here. I'm going to cut this here. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, and I'm just leaving these two leaves at the top for photosynthesis purposes. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to do the same thing right around it. If I find any more, I see two over there that I'm going to get, and I leave them here. Here's another long one. Okay, so I'm going to cut it here. So that's 3, and I want about 1, 2, 3, 4. I need about 5 for this bag, so I need 2 more pieces. So there are 2 over there, as you see. Yes, so I said I was going to use 5, but I got this long one. And if you notice that you see some suckers coming out here, that's a new growth right there. That's another one right there. So if I cut this, this is going to be one plant. And if I cut it here, this right here is going to be another plant. Okay, so I'm going to cut it here. So I'm going to cut it here so I get 2 plants from it. Okay, and I'm not going to cut this leaf. I'm just going to leave this just like that. And then by maybe Wednesday, depending on if it's a planting day, I'll come back out here and I will stick these in the soil. So I'm just going to leave them here for a few days, friends. Now I noticed that these days some of my gardening friends are putting the slips in water to allow them to grow the roots. Yes, that is really good, but I am doing it the old-fashioned way, and that is how I usually see my father do it. Okay, where he cut the slip, put it down for a few days, then he plant it. Okay, so that's the way I'm doing it now. So notice that I'm not placing these in water. Okay, I'm just going to put them down for them to get, what they say, quail. They should quail up for a few days. That's what the term I think they use, where it quails up for a few days and then they plant it. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that's the same thing I did, just like what I'm doing over here. Just cut them, place them just like that for a few days. So when I'm ready to plant them, I'll just open the soil, stick this down, okay, and cover it up. But I'm not ready to do that yet. Okay, so let those stay. I'm going to get 2 more pieces and put there. As you can see, this is what it looks like when it's planted, and I planted these last week, and look at them already. Now I'm going to be adding some soil to these that are here, and the time is so dry, so I really have to pay attention to what's going on in my potato patch, because it is really hot these days. Okay, so I'm just going to be adding some soil in here, and of course I'll be covering up some of the vines, so it means that I'll have more potatoes. Now this soil that I'm using is my own soil, okay? And this is some leaves, crushed leaves, mixed with some broken down chicken manure and some regular soil from my garden. Okay, so that's a mix right here. And I'm going to be adding this soil in here. I like to plant sweet potatoes in grow bags. Last year I planted them in the soil, and what I noticed is that even when I was amending my soil, I had potatoes growing way down in the soil, way down in the ground. Okay, so this year I decided that I'm going to plant them in container. This year I decided that I'm going to plant them in grow bags so that it will be more controlled. Okay. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other 2 pots, the other 1, 2, 3 pots. So I'll be doing the same thing to the other 3 pots. Okay, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.
Thank you all for watching. Thanks to my returning friends. Thanks to all those who are new to my channel. If you are new, please subscribe before you leave and click the bell so you will stay updated with future videos. Bye guys.